Hello, today in this video we are going to solve the question which is called maximum sum subarray using Kadane's algorithm. So what is a subarray? Now subarray is a part of array, like this is a subarray, this is a subarray, this part is a subarray. The sum of this subarray array is -2, the sum of this subarray is 0 and the sum of this subarray is 2. So like out of these three subarray the maximum sum is 2 here. So we have to return the maximum sum from this subarray which we can get. So in Kadane's algorithm, whenever the sum of our current subarray becomes negative, we start a fresh subarray and we re-initialize the sum to 0. For example, in this case, the sum of this subarray is -2. If we move forward with this subarray and we make 4 as a part of this subarray, then the sum of this subarray will become 2 and this subarray will move forward with the sum 2. And if 4 do not become part of this subarray and starts its own subarray, then 4 will move forward with the sum 4. So 4 is greater than 2, so it is better to move forward with 4. So that's why whenever the sum of a subarray become negative, reject that subarray and reinitialize the sum to 0. So in this case we are going to move forward with this subarray. So now we will move to the dry run. So here we are going to use two variables. First is sum and second is maxsum. Sum will keep the current sum of the subarray, like the current sum of this subarray is -1, and the maxsum will keep the maximum sum of all the subarray up until now. So initialize the sum with 0 and maxsum with the first element -2. Now we will traverse the whole array. Let's look at the first element -2. Initially the sum is 0 and if we add -2 to it, the sum will become -2, but we reject the negative sum, so we will remove it and we will initialize the sum to 0. If we compare 0 and -2, we will get the maximum of them is 0, so we will update our maximum to 0. Now we will take the other element 1 and if we add 1 to 0, we will get the sum 1. This is a positive sum, and if we compare 1 and 0, we will update the maximum to 1. Let's take the other element -3. If we add -3 to 1, we will get sum as -2. So here we will reject this sum and we will again reinitialize the sum to 0. Out of 0 and 1, the maximum is 1. We will take another element. We will start from 4. If we add 4 to 0, we will get the sum 4. And this is a positive sum, so we will compare 1 maximum with the sum, so we will update our maximum to 4. Let's take the element -1. If we add -1 to 4, we will get 3, which is a positive sum. We'll compare 3 and 4, so maximum will be 4. No need of updating the sum. We take another element as 2. If we add 3 to 2, we will get 5, which is a positive sum. If we compare 5 and 4, we will update our sum to maximum sum to 5. We will take another element 1. If we add 1 to 5, it will become 6. We will update the maximum to 6. We take another element -5. If we add -5 to 6, we will get 1. We will compare 6 and 5 and we will get 6 at the maximum sum. Now the last element 4. If we add 1 to 4, we will get the 5. We compare 5 and 6, we get 6 as the maximum. So we got the maximum as 6. So maximum of 6 is of this subarray. Now let's move to the coding part. So let's initialize sum to 0, maximum to first element. Now we will traverse the array 0i less than th I plus plus. Now first we will add the element sum plus is equal to nums I, and now we will update the maxsum. If sum greater than maxsum, we will update the maxsum to sum, maxsum to sum. Now if sum is negative, remember this whole point is if the sum is negative, we will reinitialize the sum to 0, because we will not take the negative values, because that will reduce our sum. So out of for loop, and we will return the max sum. Let's format the code, let's run the code. So it is working fine. Let's try to submit it. So it is submitted. So there were only 2 steps: update the maximum, and if sum is negative, reinitialize sum to 0. That's all. So here we are not using any extra space, so the space complexity will be big O of 1. Space complexity is big O of 1, and time complexity is big O of n. Since we are traversing the whole array once, so the time complexity will be big O of n. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you for watching.